All right. St. Patty's Day. That's why I'm wearing green.
I like it, kid. Way to have the spirit.
It's true. A lot of people have the spirit stumble in, walking home, packed.
Stumble in on St. Patty's Day. You know what it's a playground for? Cops
Cops.
and firemen from the
Cops.
Queens.
Mainly cops.
Cops, conservatives, firemen,
It is.
married dudes. This is their day. They hawk it back and they go drinking at the bars. You got to hand this day, the city to them.
And it's been, even when I came home for lunch, by 1 o'clock it was packed. I think people took the day off.
You know what? You just got to give this day to them. I went once to stumble in on a St. Patty's Day. It was the last time I
Yeah.
went.
Okay, so let's do it. NBA Finals. Who's coming out of the East?
Who's coming out of the East?
Yeah.
I think this is the easiest one in my mind. It's really a no-brainer. I'm going with the Bucks. Milwaukee Bucks are coming out of the East and they will be in the finals, in my opinion.
Why?
Well, three main reasons why. One, I'm not sold on the Celtics. Everyone knows it's a two-horse race. It's Bucks and Celtics. No one likes the Sixers. No one likes the Cavs. And I'm not sold on the Celtics. I don't think they have a high offensive gear. I don't like Tatum shooting. I don't like Tatum's finishing at the rim. I think he is the difference maker, and I don't think he's up to par. He had a bad finals last year. He's done nothing since the All-Star break, and I think you need a difference maker. And I just don't think Tatum's that guy. And on the flip end, the Bucks. Three things. One, defense. They are unstoppable. You can't get to
They
the rim
are. They
again.
have great defensive players. I 100% give you that.
But you can't get to the rim. I was just
Drew,
watching
and
the game the
Giannis
other
are
day.
three of the best defensive players in the league. All right, what's your next reason?
Well, yeah, you can't get to the rim on them.
What's your next
simply
reason?
can't get there. Second reason, similar to that, Twin Towers. Brook
Giannis and Brook.
Giannis.
Yep.
You can't get through them. And third, you got the best player in basketball,
Giannis.
the Greek freak. Two-way player. He dominates offense, dominates defense, and most importantly, he's got the will to win, the grit and the dog, that if my life was on the line and I had to put my money on someone, I'm putting my money on Giannis because I know he will fight tooth and nail both ends of the court. And he's done it before. The whole team has a ring. They're proven winners. They got championship DNA. They got over the last hump. Celtics haven't done it. Until they prove it to me, I'm going with the Bucks.
All right, I'm gonna disagree with you, and I agree with every 100% you said. I actually like the Bucks. I'm rooting for the Bucks, but this is why if I was picking, I'd go Celtics. First of all, last year the Celtics beat the Bucks. It was a 7-game series, but if you remember Game 5, the Celtics squeaked it out. The Bucks squeaked it out. Game 6 and 7, Celtics easily won. I agree with you. The best player is Giannis. I agree with you, Tatum. I also don't trust him in the sense just they're in a tough spot. He's gonna just pull it out and just that he's not at that elite Giannis Curry level.
I
But
agree.
in my opinion, this is why they beat the Bucks last year. I think they're too deep of a team. The Bucks, to me, Middleton is the key. I'll admit if Chris Middleton is playing at an elite level, the Bucks will, that's when they could beat him. But right now, in my opinion, he's not there yet. And on offense, I just don't think they have enough. Holiday, Brook, Portis, they're all defensive guys. And I agree 100% on defense. But I don't think they have enough firepower to beat the Celtics. And I look here at the Celtics. Look at these three-point percentages. Brogdon, who's a great player, 45% from three. Horford, 45%. Grant Williams, 39%. Sam Hauser, 41%. Derek White, 37%. Blake Griffin, 35.8. And I haven't even got to their big guys. I just think, just based off last year, they when I watched the game, Giannis was doing a lot. Now last year they didn't have Middleton. That's my whole point. Middleton is the key. Right now, Middleton he's averaging like 14
He's
points.
not.
That's my
He's
point.
a shadow of himself.
And I just think offensively, it's going to be a very close series. The Bucks could win. I just think Giannis needs more offensive perimeter help. That's my biggest thing.
All right, so what I think about what you view as a strength on the Celtics, I think is a weakness. I think the old saying, live by the three, die by the three. And I've seen those Celtics. They can get hot and they go in. But when your main offensive plan, unless your name is Steph Curry or Klay Thompson, is the three ball, when those things start missing, as we saw last year in the finals, as we see with the Mavericks all the time who rely on the three, when those threes stop going in, it is an avalanche. And the other team can just pile up points. And that's my word. I think the Celtics, with a different game plan, they should be making the finals. I don't think they use Jaylen Brown enough. I think he should be taking 25 shots, and Tatum should be taking 15, 16. I think he's tough. He's rugged. I like his game. I don't think they use it enough. I think they rely on the bench guys shooting threes too much.
Yeah, but you say that, but they're still averaging. Jaylen Brown's averaging 27 points a game. Tatum's averaging 30 points a game. They're going to get their points. I think it's too much firepower. And another point why I like the Bucks grit, and usually I go with grit. I just also feel it's the Celtics' time. These guys are entering their prime. Tatum and Brown and Smart, and they went to the finals last year. They have the pressure on them to win. In my opinion, the Bucks, I think my prediction would be they would realize after this season they need to go get another scorer. They need a scorer. We'll see if I think they just picked up Dragic. Goran Dragic.
They did,
yeah. So that might be it.
What's that going to do?
But that's my point. Without Middleton being elite, every big man, in my opinion, like Shaq needed Kobe, Kareem. If you remember, Kareem didn't win until Magic came. Every big man needs a perimeter player on the offensive end. Because the series last year when the Bucks lost to the Celtics, a lot of it was just Giannis sort of being a bulldozer trying to will his way. You need that perimeter player who's going to really, hit big shots. Holiday will hit big shots. I don't consider him, though. I just think the Celtics have too much firepower. But it's definitely close. Okay. And two things I am worried about the Celtics. I think they're missing Udoka because he brought an intensity as the coach that they don't have right now.
Mazzulla, his honeymoon is over.
Yeah,
he came in on fire this year. They gave him an extension, but now they have been on the skids ever since that Knick loss.
Yep, they've been on the skids.
They've just been on a total skid. Tatum I just looked at his numbers the other day, 0 for 7 from 3. Something like 4 of 16 from the field. They are not in a good spot.
My thing with the Celtics that right now, I think their skid is just part of, they've been playing since October. They want to peak in May. It's just natural to this is a good time to have a dip, in my opinion. All right. So anyway, you got the Bucks. I got the Celtics. We both agree those are the two teams. So
I go when push comes to shove, it's the Celtics' reliance on the three, which I don't think works in the postseason, and it's the Bucks' superior defense. I think those two things will be the difference.
All right, let's go to the West. Who you got coming out of the West?
This is my pick that I've had all year, and I'm not moving from it. And I choose this because of one thing: championship DNA and the heart of a champion. I'm going with the Warriors. So probably everyone's surprised. No one is mentioning the Warriors. No one even gives them a shot. I got them going to the finals.
Listen,
I know you don't see them going there.
Here's my thing with the Warriors. First of all, the West is wide open. Who knows
That's true.
who knows with the Grizzlies? Morant's out. The Mavs right now, Luka and Kyrie is out.
Not gonna work now.
Denver only has one player. The other guys are you can't win a championship with one player and role players.
That's true. That's true.
You've got, Lakers, who knows? A lot of people are high on the Lakers. I don't see it. I can't even
The Lakers are just horrible.
Yeah.
They went on a little hot streak since they got all the new guys. Everyone got excited.
Yeah.
I heard on First Things First, they had the Warriors not even making the playoffs or slipping to the play-in, and then the Lakers
because they're all
superseding them.
because what's his name's a big Laker fan, Nick Wright. Yeah,
then, all of a sudden the next day the Lakers, they didn't have Bron, they didn't have the AD, they got absolutely humiliated. The Lakers are the Lakers. They're a broken team.
So anyway, this is why I'm not picking the Warriors though, because last year they won the championship, but Wiggins and Gary Payton II were huge offense and defense, and Poole. The three of them just carried such a big load.
100%.
You don't know what's going on with Payne, if he'll play at all. Wiggins hasn't played in forever. Poole hasn't taken that next step. My point is, there's no question that Curry is still Curry. I don't doubt that at all. But Clay and Draymond have taken a little step back from their prime years. They need people to carry the load, and right now,
I agree. Just you're right. What you said about the finals last year, the water carriers were Wiggins and Poole.
Yeah,
and Wiggins is a huge loss.
Yeah,
there was conversation. He would have been Finals MVP.
Mm-hmm.
If it didn't go to Steph, he was getting it. That's a huge loss. That's my worry. If they don't get Wiggins back, and we got Dante DiVincenzo carrying all the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We need Poole and Wiggins. They're the different. You know what you're going to get from Clay, Steph, and Draymond. You know exactly what you're going to get.
They'll pick especially Clay and Clay and Draymond will pick their spots. They're going to pick their spots. So anyway, if I had to pick a team, let's just say none of the teams are 100% right now. If they're all 100%, I don't think the West is going to be the champion this year. I think all the teams are broken. But I think the Suns, just pure talent, puts them over the top. Because Durant healthy, and Durant fits into any team like a glove.
His first game back was phenomenal.
You put talent around him, and it's just too hard to beat. It's too hard to beat because you have Durant and Booker, two players with mid-range games that you can't defend. They're going to get to their spots. They're going to score. Then you've got Aiden. You say what you want about him. He has big numbers. He has big points, big rebounds. Chris Paul has big assists. They have flaws, 100%. They're not gritty. They gave away Bridges, their main defender. So I don't like the team in that sense. I just think you put them on the floor at full strength, they're just similar to when Durant was with the Nets early in the year, when they were the best team in the NBA for the month of December, January. They went on an 18-2 run. Just talent. It's just talent is too much, in my opinion.
Because you see them beating the Warriors if they meet in a 7-game series. You see the Suns knocking the Warriors. People forget, people forget the Warriors need more respect. Not only are they a dynasty, not only have every year they've had the big three, they've made the finals, but they're reigning champs. They're the team to beat.
I agree.
See that, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care about the regular season. I don't care about the road record. I don't care about any of that. You ask any team in the West side, who's the team we got to go through to make the finals?
They're still defending champs. I agree with that.
They are the guys you got to get through.
But This is my only thing with the Warriors. Every time I watch them this year, it's DiVincenzo. It's
Oh, I know.
Poole.
I know.
I just see mediocrity when I watch them. I see so much mediocrity. When I saw the Suns with Durant,
Oh, they're
like that
phenomenal.
game against Dallas was just such high quality basketball. That's the only reason I'm picking them. I just think their ceiling and if it comes down to it, I do think at this point in their career, Durant and Booker is better than Steph and Clay at full strength. Clay's just he has to pick his spots now. Clay does not give you consistent minutes. He'll definitely have a game where he'll win a game. He'll
You're exactly right, Top. That if Clay goes off for 30, the Warriors are going to win the game.
exactly.
Period. But
Yeah.
it's can he do it consistently?
Exactly.
No. I mean, I agree with that. You just trust that he'll pull it out, and he will in a few postseason games. And I think those are fair points. I think that's a fair point about Booker and Durant being absolutely a top tier. A car has 6 gears. That's 7th gear. I think they have it, as do the Warriors. And if the only thing that worries me about the Suns, and I'll give you that, they're a plus on offense. The only thing that really worries me is their mentality. And I think it's a serious issue is their mentality.
I agree with
I
that.
don't think you can ignore what happened in that game 7 last year. It's a game 7 to make the conference finals. So they didn't just get beat. It was a meltdown.
It was. And against not a great Mavs team.
Total meltdown. And if my life is on the line, I just can't back those guys until they prove otherwise.
I agree.
That's the only thing that I cannot get behind the team. And even their mentality. I was just watching the game the other day. Who did Booker get into a little tiff with?
Well, Luka against the Mavs. He got into
he even did it the other day. The other day he got into a little argument with someone right at the end of the game. I just don't think the winning mentality is there. It was against the Warriors. It was against the Warriors. Yeah, they beat the Warriors.
Even though Steph had a huge game.
Yeah, but he was just there laughing and cocky. There was a little kind of fight at the end. They're just laughing on the bench. I just don't think that's the time to be cocky.
I agree with you.
The time to be cocky is in the big games. I just don't think their perspective is there. I think they're acting kind of just like the Grizzlies. They act anointed too. They talk. I just don't think they get it.
100% agree.
You're right about the whole talent. Like our uncle always says, at this high level of sports, and you're right, the skill, that's the first time I've ever heard someone compare the Booker Durant to Stephen Clay. And I actually think that's fair. But at this level, they're so high, I think it's the mentality that is the difference. I think that
the toughness, the dog.
And Holiday has that. That's why I'm backing it.
100%. I don't.
Marcus Smart has it.
100%. I don't think they're beating the. My whole thing with the Suns is I just think the West, every team is broken. I don't see because even if the Suns, they had to give away their defensive guys, Cam Johnson, Miguel, even the Mavs had to give away their defensive, and that's my thing with the Warriors. I don't see the same team as last year. I just see a lot of when I watch them.
No, you're right, Sal.
I see a lot of mediocrity.
The worst I ever saw them play was
against the Suns. Ago. Yeah, that's my point. When you watch them, who's having the ball most of the time?
Well, this is a shock to me. How do you bench Poole in the 4th quarter for DiVincenzo? You can just see. You have like the mob bosses. It's Draymond, it's Stephen Clay. Yet somehow DiVincenzo got a seat at the table. Somehow he's getting the court in the big minutes, and I just don't think he's earned it. That's got to be Poole. Poole can hit the big shot. He's a difference maker. He's tall. He can rebound. He can hit shots.
But see, to me, Poole hasn't taken that. I thought Poole would especially as Clay gets older, he's averaging 20 points a game this year. He hasn't taken. Yeah, my point is, I just feel they just look mediocre too often.
Well, I think it's fair that the two teams we have peaking in the West, I would agree. I got the Suns and the Warriors.
Yeah.
I think they have the best offenses.
But so much of this comes down to what team, because the West is every team is broken. I'm not convinced Durant is going to get through a whole postseason.
No. Or Chris Paul.
But I could see a guy on the Warriors going down too. I could see.
Oh, if the Warriors lose one more guy.
Yeah. But who's to say Wiggins comes back and he's 100%? You can't predict that. That's my point. The West is so who knows with these other teams? No one has any idea with the Nuggets. How good are the Nuggets really?
I got to see it first.
That's my point.
No evidence that they can do it.
And that's another debate the MVP will do, because I want to get into that with the Nuggets, because they really don't have, another elite player. They don't. So
not even close.
Not even close.
Not even
Murray
close.
is the talent, but he's always in and out. He's been hurt over the years. So, all right. So we got Bucks, Celtics. You got Bucks. I got Celtics. We got Suns. Hesitant Suns, Warriors. But you'll admit a lot of that is fandom. You want the Warriors to do it as well.
Oh, I know.
You want Steph to get his 5th ring.
Oh, do I ever?
Yep.
I want it. I want it bad. That would mean 2 dynasties were built during LeBron James's reign. During the King's reign, Tim Duncan built the dynasty on his head.
All right.
How many rings did he win on him?
LeBron's another story, another day. All right.
All right, more to come.
More to come. All right, see you.
All right.